There we go. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for your time. We have a special guest tonight, Jordan, our ambassador from the Bybit exchange. And Jordan, I really want to thank you for joining us on such short notice. Jordan is really an excellent coach, and he has the patience of a dove, I tell you. And so the support in the Bybit channel, we will share that Bybit South Africa Telegram channel link with you guys. The support that he provides there and the webinars that's available almost, it's 3 times a week almost. Jordan, how often do you present those sessions? You are muted now.
Hi, sorry, I was having a problem with my mouse. Yeah, so we run 4 sessions a week in our community. We have our TA and trade ideas, and that rotates bi-weekly with our ROI snapshot contest, which runs for 3 days every second weekend. And sure, last weekend one of our users broke our record, and he actually got 4,500% cumulative ROI in those 3 days. So yeah, it's very inspiring to see what can be done. Even this guy has low capital, and yeah, he managed to make around 4,000% in a weekend. Yeah, and that kind of stuff, really gets me going. That's why I'm in the market. And yeah, we do, especially now, we're going to start live trading on Discord and on YouTube once a week on Monday at the New York Stock Exchange Open, basically at 3 p.m. SA time. So yeah, very exciting. And that adds another one. So there'll be a weekly stream and the live trading. And every Sunday we have a chat session where we just break down TA, and yeah, we always have a quiz at the end, so it's amazing to see how much people are actually learning.
Yeah, and engaging. That's for me so awesome of that Bybit channel. The engagement is really very, very, very good. And then guys, what I can always tell you, Jordan is very I don't know the English word now, vrygewig. Can somebody help me quickly with his prize money? There's always, for engagement or dropping a signal or just participate or helping somebody in the channel, there's a $10 here and a $10 there, and so really, if you engage there,
yeah, so on that note, if anyone asks a good question, I can give you a $10 bonus if you have a Bybit account, or even if you want to open up a new account, let me know. I'm sure you all have accounts, so I see smiles. So yeah, if anyone has a good question, let me know. Send me your UID, drop it in the chat.
Up for grabs with Jordan.
So yeah, UID and Telegram handle with your question.
That's the word. Thanks.
And the best 5 questions, I will give $10 bonuses.
Super. Okay, and now that I've introduced the community to Jordan, I just want to tell you a little bit about our community. Most of the people on the call, I will estimate approximately 70% are new traders. They're still a bit scared of shorting and longing the market, although in our signals channel, on the OnPoint signals channel, we do give leverage trading. The course that we are busy presenting, we are not teaching leverage trading yet, but we really need basic coaching in terms of how to place a limit order, how to place your stop loss. When you want to sell a certain percentage of the coin at take profit 1 and another percentage at take profit 2, how do you split those sell orders? That type of coaching. So maybe if we can get the ball rolling on the basics and then just take questions as they pop up. It's really very informal. Anybody is welcome. When you want to ask a question, unmute yourself and ask and engage, and or pop in your question in the chat box. We will have a look at that as well. So it's all yours.
Okay, so yeah, lovely introduction. And I would love to hear from the group what you'd like me to do. I have my charts open. I can do TA on Bitcoin. I can do TA on altcoins. I can have a look at the Bybit platform. If there's anything you want to know about opening trades, manipulating trades, closing trades. I understand that you are all relatively new to leverage. Hi, Chris. Wow. I must say that I'm very, very impressed. because maybe there are maybe one or two other crypto schools like this with this kind of engagement where we can hop on Zooms. And the other ones are quite big. Crypto Banter, etc. They have a school where we hop on and we can see such good engagement. Basically, everyone is sitting there, everyone's ready to trade. So well done, you're in the right place. I can only see this group growing and learning and doing exceptionally well, especially from what I'm hearing. That Charles and Elmarie are bringing you in on spots or low leverage. And obviously that's the way to do it. So I'll share my screen.
Last night one of the questions in the coaching session was somebody requesting analysis on Bybit, on Bitcoin, sorry. And we said we're going to let that stand over for tonight. So maybe if you can start off there, and then any of you guys, if you have got a coin that you would like Jordan to have a look at and maybe demonstrate the buy-in, the entry, and so on, then we can take it from there, right?
Perfect. I'm just setting up on my screen nicely. See, some people are in the waiting room. There we go.
I'll let them in.
Okay, Zoom is a little bit different, but I'm there. All right, so I can actually see your faces. If you have a question, please don't be shy. Pop your mic on, raise your hand, whatever. I also have the chat here. Please take us through the basics of Bybit and how to navigate the platform. Okay, easy enough. Let's do that. So thank you, Wani Tub. Nice question. Let's do it nice and quickly. All right, so this is the derivatives platform. This is where you end up. But let's go slowly through it. So we're first going to go to basically where you would start off would be your assets overview. So this is an overview of all of the wallets that you have on Bybit. And I don't need to say that this is the best platform that you will find for all of this stuff. Do not even go do the research. There's other stuff you can do the research on. You've got Elmarie, you've got Charles, who have they've traded this platform. They know it like the back of their hand. We've tested all the other platforms, all the fees, everything. You don't need to question. You just need to understand how it all works, understand the mechanisms. And then, I thought I hit that. Sorry. Anyway. All right. So these are all your different wallets on the left. And here you can see an overview of all of your assets and, recent things that have happened. As it's very easy. You basically hop on here every day. You can see what the balance is in your earn account, which is passive income, what your trading bot is doing, what your copy trading is doing. It's all one look. And yes, there's more to it. There's an affiliate dashboard, for those of you who are serious about bringing clients to the platform, earning commissions, that kind of thing. But this is the basic home landing page. This is your wallet. And I mean, you can see this is just one of my accounts. And yeah, at the moment, it's quite low because I just took a lot of profit. And yeah, you can just build. So basically here, you can see all of your different spot assets. Here you can see I have BTC, USDT. This MDAO was actually given to me by Bybit because I've voted for them in Byvotes and they got listed and I got given a nice amount. ADA, some leverage tokens. Bybit has a lot to offer, so let's not get caught up. But basically, this is your derivatives wallet where you'll see all of your assets. So they're kept nice and separate. And of course, you can just trade cross margin like me, which will cross collateralize your spot and your derivatives. But most of the time, especially if you're learning, you'll be using isolated margin mode, which I can go into and explain. But basically, that will isolate this wallet. So if you want to trade, say, $10 on high leverage, and you don't want to lose more than that, you'll send your $10 to your derivatives, you'll trade it on high leverage, and you'll trade it on isolated. You'll make sure it's traded on isolated, and make sure that's money you're willing to lose, because let me tell you, the learning curve is not very easy. All right, USDC is mostly used for our options. There's also a funding account where you'll fund your P2P trading, etc., and earn. One of my favorite parts of the platform. So basically at the top here on your menu, you'll see all of the products. And these are the wallets from which you access them. And sure, love.
Now, just to be clear, also, I'm sure you're going to get to it, but for the people that don't know, if you fund your Bybit account, you fund your spot wallet. And from there, you will transfer to derivatives if you want to leverage trade or to earn if you want to stake or
Yeah, so I probably should have
everything
started there.
starts at spot.
How to fund your account, and I'll go there now. There are several ways, but yeah, correct. That would be probably the easiest way to send funds straight to a spot account. Yeah, and just slow me down if I go too fast. But basically, this is a bot that I have, and it's $500, and it's been running for 22 days, and it's already made me dollars in profit through a total of 61 trades. It's just a very simple grid bot, but I'm sure most of you know that $500 invested in anything would take a long time to give you $6, you know, especially if it's like a 3%. And here we can actually see that the APR currently is 44% on the bot, and the total P&L is $13. And basically this just picks up volatility. I'm not sure who's unmuted.
Guys, I will just check this quickly.
I think you can mute all. I might even be able to do it. Oh, there we go. Mute all. Okay, so yeah, that's just one of the nice things. I mean, there are so many, and this is a spot bot. You can actually have futures bots, but basically, let's not get caught up. So let me show you quickly how you would most easily fund your account. And if you want to, you know, send from a credit card, you can. You totally can, or you can even use P2P in South Africa. But I would say the best way would literally be to go to your spot wallet and you find whichever asset it is. So say it is XRP, you can just search for it and you can literally just come here to deposit XRP, you know, from any other.
Jordan, I think you are muted. Can you just unmute yourself, please?
Oh, okay. So Elmarie, if you mute everyone, it'll mute me too. But basically, XRP is a good one to send around. If you would like to send from other wallets, such as Luno, on Luno, there is an XRP ZAR pair. So you can just deposit your ZAR to Luno, go straight ZAR XRP. You can send your XRP right here to Bybit just by clicking deposit and entering the details. And then you can just trade XRP to USDT. That's what I do, but you can obviously deposit USDT. You can deposit any of these assets, and you can just buy crypto with your credit card. Yeah, we are, you know, working on the on-ramp for South Africa to be a lot more clean. There is going to be a Visa credit card, which will be really nice. So you can actually swipe in the shop straight from your Bybit spot account, but that's not quite there yet. All right, so are there any questions at this point?
Jordan, yes. Thank you for the introduction. Do we find anything on the web that can kind of take us through a, let's say, a YouTube link that can explain this to us, maybe again and again? For me, we are newbies, so I think we'll have to watch the functionality of this platform more than once.
Mm-hmm. So I do like this Bybit solved link. It's quite nice. I will drop it in the chat.
Thank you very much. That was what I was hoping for. Thank you.
It's like just step by step, very, very easy. And then, you know, of course, just go to the Bybit channel. And here you can actually find some tutorials, you know, across the board. And the main link is just this, Learn. Bybit Learn is where you'll find absolutely everything. So I'll drop this link also in the chat. This is, yeah, the biggest wealth of information. Okay, so I see there are some questions and you dropped your UID. Very nice. The first UID from Beach Bum 140. How do you save multiple charts on Bybit so you can switch between different trades and your setup stays the same? So your charts will be saved, you know, especially if you're not cleaning your cache or logging in or logging out. But most of the time, even if you log in, if you log out, you know, switching between mobile. So say if you chart on mobile and then you chart on desktop, you know, sometimes that can clash, but most of the time your charts will be 100% saved on spot. Your spot charts are completely different to your derivatives charts. But yeah, you know, what you can see here is that I actually I flip between trading view and Bybit constantly, because you can have different indicators across the board, and you can actually have, you know, way more free indicators on Bybit than you can on trading view. So maybe we should go to the spot trading platform, because I think this is where most of you will be learning and spending your time. Okay, so on all of the platforms, you know, the spot, the derivatives, even the options, the pair is at the top left of your charts. So this will always be where you select which pair you're looking at. And yeah, you can easily see that you can favorite certain coins, and then you can actually easily screen them. You know, what's pumped in the last 24 hours, what's dumped. These are my favorites, but you can also look at, you know, just straight all of the pairs and screen their 24-hour changes, which is quite nice. The 5x just means that you can trade on a spot margin of 5x, but you don't need to worry about it. Don't get confused about it. You have to actually select in your margin mode to choose a spot 5x margin, and that's continually going up. But as most of you know, with leverage comes great responsibility, so stay away from it unless you want to trade with $10. You know, be disciplined with your money. If you want to try something that's high risk, go in with money that, you know, you would go spend on an ice cream or something that, you know, you can sleep at night after losing it. Because let me tell you, it takes a little bit of time to learn. And if you can master these spot charts, then yeah, it's time to move on to derivatives. But basically, you can choose a more detailed trading view chart, or you can stick with a standard chart. Bybit makes it a bit easier with the standard chart. They'll tell you the low and the high, you know, on the time frame, and they'll add some certain MAs. You know, with the trading view chart, you can basically just go nuts. You know, there are so many indicators, like way more free indicators than trading view, which is really nice and really nice. Yeah, charting. So this is where you would start. You choose your pair. So let's just have a look. Say I want to buy some dot. Obviously select your dot pair on the left. You can even favorite it. I think dot's going to do quite well. Let's see where it's at. So it's had a bit of a pump. This is the 1 day chart. If we go to the 1 hour chart, I don't know why it's going slow. It's my internet. Okay. Wow. So we can see some nice movements. And, you know, just for the sake of this session, I'll show you how to buy. So basically, you choose your margin mode. Let me try break it down step by step. First, you choose your pair, top left. Then you come across always to your margin mode. On spot, you just leave it as spot. Then the next thing, of course, you can look at your order book. I would say it's a cool thing to learn to understand, but yeah, you know, it's not for everyone. You'll see on my derivatives chart, I actually moved it around a little bit, but basically the next thing would be to choose if you're buying or selling. So we want to buy some. I'm sure most of you know, limit would be a maker order, and this would allow you to buy at a specific order price. All right, so this is .BTC. Let's go .USDT. Make it a little bit less confusing. It's because I was looking at all the BTC pairs, and that's really cool to know that you can trade so many assets against BTC. So the options are pretty endless. Okay, so here, okay, this is better. This is more of a little bit of a less risky entry on spot. And you know what? I'll just add this to my dollar cost averaging. So buying a little bit of certain things over time, and DOT I do think is quite a strong asset. All right, so here we go. Of course, do your own research. Don't go buy DOT, please, after I do this. Okay, so limit is to buy at a certain price. You can, of course, go do your TA and say, oh, there's $6.92. That would be a good place to buy. So you just choose it, $6.90. You choose how many DOT you want. It'll show you, how much. Yeah, it's just USDT. So basically 50 will be 345 USDT. Let's say we just want to buy, whatever, 10 DOT right now for the sake of this. Okay, so for the newbies, if you buy at a limit at a different price, you're actually adding liquidity to the order book and you are rewarded by being given very low fees. If you buy at market, you're buying at the current price and you are taking liquidity from the order book. This means that you pay a higher fee. I see some nodding, so I think people do know. All right, so basically if I want to buy $10 of DOT now, it's that easy. Yeah. There we go. And it's in my spot wallet. If the price decides to go up, you just do the same thing. You come here, you go market, you go sell, and it will tell you, how much DOT you have. So there, 100%, I have 1.397 DOT, and I could just sell it. I'm just going to keep this, but I could just sell it. All right. So I hope everyone's following. And I think, yeah, maybe we should see if there are any other questions. Is it possible to fund from a Valor account? 100%. Yeah. So you just send the assets to your spot wallet, whichever asset it is that you'd like to send. Hansi, please do drop your UID if you have a Bybit account. I can do 5, so anyone can drop the UID, especially if you drop a question. All right, not sure if this is the right session to ask, but what I would like to see is the process one goes through when you receive a signal. Okay, yeah, awesome. With a stop loss and take profits to know when is the best time to enter. And how do you feel using a platform like 3 Commas? So let me start with the 3 Commas and then I'll go show you how to enter a trade. Basically, no, don't. Okay, so 3 Commas accesses your wallet via API. So it has full access to your money. It can buy and sell for you, and basically it can wreck you. And 3 Commas is, yeah, very external, very big, of course, but just because they're big doesn't mean that you should trust them. If you do want to use something like that, I would say there are much better options within the Bybit ecosystem, as you can see, like my very simple spot trading bot, the Earn account, the futures bots. If you really want to have, an AI trading for you or traders trading for you, there's copy trading, there's everything available to you. And 3 Commas, yes. I don't know if you've done your research, but I would say definitely no. And you know what, when I opened my Bybit account, I did connect them. I do have an API connect to 3 Commas, but they've been through a lot and they've wrecked people a couple of times. So I would say absolutely not. There are better options. And yeah, just send me a DM on Telegram and I'll let you know what I think. Let me drop my Telegram handle. And if anyone needs help with Bybit affiliation, you can also drop me a line there. Okay, so let's see. Nice. Janeslin, will Bybit provide spoof trades indicators as well? Spoof trades. I'm not sure which indicators those are, to be honest, but you can connect pretty much any API to your Bybit account. It's pretty amazing. You can just create your own bot and connect it to your Bybit account via API. And yeah, we love bots. So if any of you are developers, let us know. Can you show how to set your alarm? All right, so you can actually integrate TradingView alerts into your derivatives charts. So there is a little bit of process there with API, but you basically just connect them. So nice question there. Can you show us how to set alarms? Basically, all of the alarms that you can set on TradingView, you can actually get notifications and you can see them live on your Bybit charts in the derivatives platform. It's a little bit complex to go through right now. I think there's just 2 or 3 steps, but you can do that. All right, so there's a signal here from Charles. So let me go to our derivatives. Give me 1 second. and it is ARUSDT. Cool. Okay, so there are the exchanges. Let's trade on Bybit. There is the leverage 1 to 3. Okay, so you don't say whether it's isolated or cross. Is that for me to choose?
We recommend isolated to them at this stage, Jordan.
All right, cool. So for those of you who don't know, basically cross will access collateral elsewhere in your accounts, like in your spot. It does allow you extremely, like a lot of relief in your liquidations, you know, and I could show you that, but basically it is best to start on isolated. And it's a tough one because it's a little bit tougher on isolated, but you can't move to cross until you're ready. So it's just something you have to get used to. And basically, yes, let's start on isolated. The leverage is 1 to 3x. So yeah, we'll make it what? Just for fun, we'll make it a little bit higher, but trade on 3x. Let me know if I should make it 1 to 3x, but you know, let's see a little bit of volatility. Okay, so we're going to choose that, but follow the signal because they are scientifically done, you know, to be correct. But yeah, I don't mind. So let's see a little bit of volatility. So there, margin mode switched successfully. You will always get a notification, whether it's at the top or the bottom right, when you do something and it's confirmed. Okay, so we can see that this coin is behaving very nicely. We can see a very nice top, double top. And here we can see a kind of bottoming out structure and beautiful top of the RSI, top of the stochastic RSI. And here we came to dip in the bottom of the regular, and we've been on the bottom of the stochastic for a while. So what is this? Let's see. Entry 11.223. Sell. Okay, so this is a long, and you want to buy at 11.223. You want to first sell at 11.634. You want your stop loss at 10.640. So this is very quick and very easy to set up. I mean, you know, usually we would do the TA. I'm not going to actually do the TA because Charles and Elmarie have actually gone and done it. So let's just enter the trade. Gibson, welcome, brother. One of our community members has just hopped on. Lovely to see you, man. Okay, so, oh, messages coming in. Nice. All right, so there's our signal. I hope everyone can see it. It's in the chat. Leverage 1 to 3x. We've gone a little bit higher. Very easy here. Very, very easy. So we want to enter at a certain price. I'm going to show you how to do it, and then we're going to enter at market. So the entry price here is 11.223. So we're not quite there yet. Let me know, you know, what you would suggest in this instance. Charles, would you wait and would you monitor, or would you set a conditional entry with a trigger price? Or would you enter at market because we're actually at a better value entry now than the current entry? So yeah, there's a lot of options. You can enter now with a tight stop loss, or yeah.
You can do that with a tight stop loss. The reason why we set the price a bit higher is basically just to have more confirmation that we are on the uptrend, basically.
Yes.
So you can enter lower, but it's obviously on your own risk.
I see the stochastic on the 15-minute is right. It looks like the regular RSI on the 15-minute is either going to come back down, which would be a beautiful confirmation of a long, or it will continue to come up. So
I'm anticipating a W pattern there. So I'm hoping that will play out, and from there on it will go further.
So you are watching the 15-minute also, but it is it's on the 1 hour, or where did you scope this?
No, it's on the 4 hour. The signal is worked out on the 4 hour.
Okay, so let's keep it on the 4 hour for now.
As well, yeah.
All right, so for those of you who don't know, basically there was an entry already that was quite nice in terms of a possible entry. There are multiple other indicators that you can use. and I do use them. Ooh, some of my favorites. And yeah, it's nice to see the signal, but for the sake of this demonstration, let's enter the trade and let me show you how to manipulate it. So yeah, I don't want to make it confusing. Basically, in this instance, you can set an alert and wait for the price. I would say listen to Charles. For those that are more experienced, you can, you know what I would do if I had to trade this right now? Basically, I would enter and I would use low margin. So say I would like to trade this with $100, I will actually only trade it with $10. Then if it's going my way, I can always increase my leverage, increase my margin. If it's not going my way, but I see the TA looking like it is going to still pump, I can always add more to my trade. If it does just go straight my way off the $10, profits is profits, you know, and no one ever went poor at taking profits. So just for fun, let's go to the 1 minute chart and make a little bit of an entry call here, and then I'll show you how to manipulate a trade. You know, basically say that we were watching that 15-minute chart and the entry is happening. Everything's, I mean, look at that. We are getting a nice pump on the 1 minute, but yeah. So you can see I've kept my main chart quite nice and naked here. I am a bit of a sniper. You know, I don't enter anywhere like this at all, ever. Even on the 1 minute chart, I will always snipe my entry. I'll always make sure that the stochastic is rhyming. And you can see time and time again how it just works. Basically there, we had a rhyme with our stochastic and our normal RSI. And what was that? That was our short on the 1 minute. So this works. This works on every time frame. And if you're going to enter any kind of long, you know, you want, or long or short, you want to just get your extremes. And yeah, that is one nice indicator that can help you. I mean, here you can see extreme RSI, regular rhyming with stochastic, and of course it takes time. And as I say, there are multiple other indicators, but let's just enter the trade and the stop losses, etc. Because I must say, when you're learning, it is nice. It is nice to just be able to follow a signal and watch it play out, and it does really, really help because it's so active. Okay, so like I said, I wouldn't really enter here. I would snipe it. But if we did want to enter at a market, and we can choose to enter by the quantity of the coin, which is relatively easy because this coin is $10. So that's quite nice. Or we can order by the value of the trade. So that actually has your leverage involved. So if you order by value, you're entering, you know, what the total value of your trade is, including your leverage. Let me know if I'm going too fast. But because, you know, when it's in the commas, in the multiple decimals, then value sometimes really helps. But right now, as I say, it's a very easy number, $10. So we'll stick with that. And like I say, we can make a low margin trade here. We can see the actual cost is $10. Long or short, you can choose different leverage for long or short, but here we've got it the same. And our value, because we're on a 10x, is 109. So you're able to trade with 109. If you were on a 3x, like it suggests, it would be $30. And then basically, yeah, the entry is very easy. I would always suggest that, you know, whatever you do, you make sure that you have a stop loss involved from the beginning. It's just a way to never get liquidated. And yeah, be one of those people basically who becomes a good trader without ever, you know, getting liquidated, getting an SMS alert on a liquidation, rather get stopped out. And obviously you've got to learn volatility. You can't always put your stop too close unless you're really sniping in the right place. But basically this is a long, so make sure you're on the long side and you want to buy long with a take profit. And the most important thing, a stop loss. So here we enter our take profit. We'll do that later. Stop loss is important. So on this $10, if I would only like to risk 5, then that's what I do. I choose 50% for the initial stop loss. And we can see that I will lose $5. So on an isolated trade, that's all that you're risking. So there it is. And now we can just, you know, feel safe that that $5, that's our risk management, and we've done our due diligence. All right. So then you can basically just sell short once you've, you know, confirmed everything. And then you can see that obviously the trade, we're buying long, aren't we? Okay. So it's very easy. You can just close the trade and there we go, you know, break even. Forgive me, it's been a bit of a long day. We're buying long, so let's quickly do it. Stop loss 50% and buy long. So they were in the long trade. And here basically is where you can see, I've moved my order book way down because I like to open lots of trades on lots of pairs. And I also like this view of the order book, I must say, a lot more spread out. So yeah, Bybit platform is very easy to move everything around. So basically, here's our trade. We have a $10 margin currently. It's very easy to edit that margin if you'd like to. And yeah, I mean, I do know the tricks and I can tell you some of them straight off the bat. So basically, if you edit your margin here, your entry price will change. So let me quickly show you. I think it's the entry price. And yeah, if you add, basically you have to understand whether you're in one-way mode or hedge mode. Right now we are in one-way mode, but either way, let's just increase the margin by $1 and just take note. So you'll see what happens now. We have a liquidation price, we have an actual price, and we have an entry price. And we're going to, even though we're in profit, you'd usually only add to your trade in a loss. But, just for the sake of this, let's add $1 and just watch what happens to the stats. So that you see there, sorry, it was the liquidation price that changed slightly. So very nice way to manipulate your trade. Adding margin, liquidation price gets a bit easier. Only use low margin. Don't go get yourself into a bigger hole if you're not in a good position. Always play from a position of power and strength. Okay, so basically if I have to add to my long trade from up here, so if I want to add now one of these, I think that's fine for now for this trade because it is going in the right direction. But basically, if you had to add here, then your entry price would actually change, which is pretty magical. So it's always nice to enter with low margin. As I say, if it goes into profits, you take your profit. If it comes against you, like, Charles said, maybe this is going to create a W here. Then because it's low margin, I could actually just be entering it. I could just enter more, there. And then it's very nice because, yeah, your liquidation changes, etc. Of course, on isolated, you have to obviously always monitor where your liquidation is. So here you'll see very easily on the Bybit charts, there's our stop loss. So that's how we know we're safe. And, there's so many ways to trade. If you decide all of a sudden, of course, you need a trading strategy. But if you decide all of a sudden, you want to limit your risk more, and, this is on the 1 minute chart, but there, was the last swing low, and now our stop loss is really tight. And if you ever want to see where your stop loss is at and how much you're going to lose, you just click there and it'll show you your stop loss, and it'll show you how much the loss will be when it reaches. Right now, my stop loss is at a minus 17% and it's $1.83. So that's just a nice way. And, obviously to always calculate and be aware of what's happening. And let's see. So the stop loss is supposed to be at 10.640. You can have limit orders to close certain amounts of the trades, but this is quite a simple one, which is good. So 10.650, we can just drag it up or down to that level. Boom. So now you have a stop loss. I would always recommend using a limit order instead of a stop. So you can just go add a limit close at 10.640. And, you can even choose, as I say, to close less than the full amount. But I'd like to close that at that price. Always click post only, because if you're within the spread, if you're too close to your price, it will go through as a market order and you do not want that. So make sure, and then you confirm. Let's see, did I get it right? Let's see what's happening on the 4 hour. Okay, so it looks like that stop was The limit was within the spread, so it didn't go through. So you can see how nice it is. And I'll show you another little trick here. If you want to enter a limit outside of the spread like that, it didn't go through, luckily, because we don't want to go through as a market. So you can add the limit close at the, let's say we just choose $10, post only, confirm. I don't know why it's not showing my stop loss right now. Let's even just try one more time. Let's go further out. In 1 second. So let's just go. Oh, it's because we're on isolated and it's lower than the liquidation. Okay, so no worries. You'll just stick with your stop loss there, and you can see how you can easily drag it around. On this chart, I can see exactly why you're doing that, because of this wick here. So nice level, I think, for a stop there. When you see a wick like that, basically a demand area, I would actually just put the stop slightly below it, just in case we come back down, to test that support once again. Basically, there we are, we're in the trade. So let's have a look at the take profits. The sells are 11.634, 12.116, 12.448, 12.764, and 13. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't think I've entered with enough margin right now to split it 5 times. But basically, if the price kept coming down a little bit and we were adding, and now we want to start to set our take profits. Even from now, you can set your take profits. We can see that we are 2%, which is 25% in profit, 25 cents in profit. And let's just say, okay, we're going to set 2 take profits because right now, we don't have much margin on there. So we just choose it's very easy. Look at the first one. Let's say we want to go for the 3rd take profit and the last take profit. So the 3rd take, that's just what I'm doing. It would probably be better to go for the 1st take profit. Make sure you grab something early. And so let me teach you like that. The 1st take profit is 11.634. And we say we just close 50%. So we take 50% of the table there, and it will be $3.5. So not bad, on $11. Let's just keep it relative. Of course, if you were trading $111, then that would be a different story. All right, so their closing price, 11.634. The quantity is 5. Our contracts are 10. Make sure you use post only and confirm. And there we see our limit close at 11.634 with 5 contracts. I know it's quite small, but it says 5 contracts. You can easily modify it. You can easily cancel it, but there it is. And then you just enter your other one. Let's just go 13, the top take profit, 13.162. And we would choose 100%. So if you've already done 50% and you choose 100%, it will take the rest, the other 50%. You choose 75% for the first one. So basically, if there's 5, it's very easy. You just choose 10 or, you just break it up. And I would say a nice strategy to do would be 10% first take profits. I like to take profits quickly off the table, but I don't know. I'm sure Charles is teaching you a strategy, Charles and Almarie, for that. You could even take 75% of the first take profit, and then after that, another 5% or another 5%, or it's totally up to you. You can do any prices. All right, so this is 13. It would be a $22 profit. Post only, confirm. And there it is. So we can see how, very clever take profits, definitely aligning with the TA. And basically, once you're at this kind of a level, you can chill, because your risk is limited, your take profits are there, so you can go sit on the beach and drink your cocktail and let the trade play out, or you can actually, sit on the charts and monitor. You can add to your trade, you can take away from your trade, or you can even add a trailing stop. So let me quickly show you how to do that. It's very cool. Basically, right now we're at pretty much break even. We're at 1.28% up, and we can see that our stop loss is 10.5 when our entry is 10.9. So that is about a 40 cents difference. And yeah, it's such a beautiful platform. You can actually just say, okay, I want the price retracement to be $2. Confirm, and we'll see that it goes way down, but you can just drag it. Let me take these indicators out the way because we don't need them. Oh, my laptop is going to die very soon. I'm actually on load shedding. I think if I put on my inverter, my mic might buzz. So just forgive me if I do drop off the session. But basically, this is a trailing stop. So if I drag it up just below the price, wherever the price moves. So right now it has basically break even as my best price. And as the price moves up, so will the trailing stop. And basically it's a nice way of just catching profits above break even, or, you know, if you catch a nice range of volatility, that's why I like to put it at the stop loss. Because basically, you know, once you're in a decent little bit of profits, you'll actually also have a stop at break even though you're drinking a cocktail on the beach. And hopefully sometimes this happens where you come down and you almost hit your trailing stop and you continue going up. You come down, you almost hit your trailing stop, you continue going up. You hit your last take profit. Or even if you don't, if you just miss your last take profit, you come down, you hit your trailing stop, and yeah, you maximize. So, you know, make sure you don't put your trailing stop too tightly, but it is a really nice way to harness and catch volatility. And yeah, if the price goes up, we'll actually see it move. But I hope everybody has been following. Let me see. I see there's 15 messages. Wow. So let me just turn on my alternative power supply and let's see if my mic buzzes. Give me 1 second. Elmarie or Charles, if you want to perhaps say something.
Yeah, we can start going through the questions just quickly. You can just at some point show them, is it possible to save multiple charts on Bybit? I think you have discovered that, discussed that. And then Serena would like you just to explain the difference between realized and unrealized profit. If at some point you can have a look for us at that. There was one of the members that gave actually a very nice reply on that. Let me just get back. You can unmute yourself. It's this guy from the Bybit community.
Okay. So I'm seeing lots of questions.
Oh
Very
yeah, it was Gibson answered Serena. Serena wanted to know what's the difference between realized and unrealized profit, and then Gibson replied, it's called unrealized profit because you have not closed the trade. It is called realized profit because you've closed the position. Profit will not be flaunting anymore. I don't know if you can just shed some light on that, the difference between realized and unrealized profit.
So just let me know if my mic is buzzing badly or if you can hear me.
No, we can hear you clearly.
Oh, amazing. Okay, yeah, so Gibson is he's our top student. I must say he's absolutely incredible. He can answer any question just as well as I can. And he's only been doing it for a few months. He's just very dedicated, but he's 100% right. So right now, unrealized is floating. So it can always just be lost in an instant until you realize it. And we can see entering on market has cost us 6 cents. So if we close now at 9 cents, we're only going to make 3 cents. And, you know, we won't even make 3 cents because we're going to close out of market. So always be aware, you know, of the difference. And if you see unrealized P&L as a newbie, if you see that this is in the green big or even 10 or 20%, make sure that you take profits before it goes. Make sure that you realize profits. Yeah, that's one of my major pieces of advice. Okay, how long have I been trading? So I've been trading spot for about 12 years, and I've been trading leverage for about 3 years now. Do you plan to add the buy sell with TPSL option with spot trading? So you can just spot trade on the leverage platform on a 1x. or you can set limit sells on the leverage platform. But I would say, I mean, on the spot platform. But if you want to use stop losses, etc., on spot, I would say just come to the derivatives and just trade on a 1x. Just take it straight down to a 1x. And then you can use all of these features on basically the same thing as spot. Okay, thanks, Gibson. That was awesome. All right, I think I'm at the bottom of the questions. Let me know if I missed anything. Yeah, so basically any coin that you chart on the derivatives, you know, it will just save that chart. If you want to save multiple charts of the same thing, you know, a cheat of that would be to say, do a chart on inverse perpetuals and do a chart straight on derivatives. But basically, you know, the deep charting does happen on TradingView. Make sure you have your favorites. You know, you can see here how, let's go to a smaller time frame. You know, it's essential to get to know all of these charts, how to actually use them. You can see that altcoins are dumping. ETH against BTC is pumping. While ETH is coming down, amazing. ADA dumping from $40. Look at that. So the POC on the 1 hour acting absolutely perfect. Beautiful. I actually took a short there. Very nice. Matic. Wow, breaking down below the channel. Yeah, so this is where it's at. Basically, for major charting, come to TradingView, get used to your indicators. Oh, Bit coming back into the big channel. So dangerous for Bit. Theta, Chili's, ooh, Avalanche. Here's the CME chart. So there is a gap here on the 1 hour CME chart that we just filled. Amazing. Okay. Yeah, we can see some coins that have been going nuts. Look at that. Wow, charting played out exactly. Amazing. Okay, so there you see I do a lot of charting on TradingView. And then, yeah, it's just, you know, even a plus, being able to chart here on Bybit. And of course you can. So this is on the 4 hour, and I'm just seeing what the TA is here. This is crazy. But basically, I would say, yeah, definitely something like this happening. Almost looks like there's a level here. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. Okay, please explain the trailing stop. I think I missed that question before I explained it, or let me know if there is further explanation on the trailing stop. But basically, it will follow your best price in your trade. So whatever the best price is, we haven't gone up since we entered our trailing stop. But basically, our best price is exactly where we entered the trailing stop, which was about there. So as soon as price comes up and goes past there, this stop loss, the conditional order, will literally move with the price, and will continue to move until it starts coming down. Then it will stop at that level. And yeah, this is to catch profits basically. And it helps you to move a stop loss from where it is to above break even. Of course, always when you enter a trade, you're entering with a bit of risk. And, you know, you have to risk to gain. But the trailing stop basically allows you to make sure that your risk is limited as soon as possible. So I hope that makes sense. I do have to hop on shortly, off shortly for another session. So let me know.
There's just one question from Leon that he's repeating there at the bottom. That's quite interesting. If you could quickly have a look at that one, do you mind?
When using Bybit Learn to Practice Trade, I found the chart looked completely different to my live chart. This was on Bybit Spot, and I found it difficult to trade on Learn when I got signals on live. I'm a little bit confused about the question, so just let me know if there's some clarity that you can give there. But basically on TradingView, make sure, you know, if you want to trade on Bybit, make sure that you are using, so say BTC USDT, if it's on the perpetuals, you put the .p, and make sure you are using the Bybit chart, because yeah, that will give you your most accurate entries for your actual Bybit entries. So that is quite important. Learn to practice trade. I found the chart looked completely different to my live chart.
So Jordan, if I can come in here, can you hear me?
Yes.
So I had two screens going and one was Bybit Learn and the other one was Bybit Live. And the candles, everything were not correlating at all. It was like it was a different chart altogether. Everything else was set up exactly the same.
So Bybit Learn,
all indicators were the same, everything. So
Bybit Learn is just articles, so static articles. So whenever they published, you know, those charts are static at that date of publishing. So that might be, you were looking at maybe a 2016 chart, which was an example or something like that. That
so
was
are you saying you can't live trade with funny money, if I can call it that?
Oh, you're talking about the test net.
That's right. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, the chart should be relatively similar. Actually, you know, send me a screenshot. Let me see if I can help you in DM. Or if there's a problem there that we need to look at. But the test net, yeah, the chart should be the same. You might just be stuck on the wrong time frame or something like that.
Do you have a minute to demo the trailing stop loss, Jordan?
Oh, yes. Again, yeah, I mean, let's do it. The trailing stop. Okay, so let's set it again. It's this conditional order. You can just close it there. So basically you come here to trailing stop, and it is fine. You know, that last one had a best price that was a little bit higher, but wherever you enter will be your new best price. So maybe if we enter here, we'll actually see the volatility pick up. So let's go to the 1 minute. You can always just click auto to help you. Wow. And we can see that it is coming down. Okay, so come to trailing stop, click add. We choose how far we'd like to retrace. It is sometimes easier to just choose quite a decent retracement.
We
Before
don't see where you are typing. We only see confirm and cancel on the screen. If you can maybe just zoom out a little.
Can you see now?
Yeah, now I see the full screen.
All right, so there's our stop, and here is where we entered our trailing stop, and you can just drag it all the way up, you know, at least to where your actual stop is, because if it comes down now, it will actually hit your normal stop. So yeah, your trailing stop, you can even put it at the exact same price. And basically now, you know, if we watch this chart, maybe we'll see it. So we'll let that sit there for a second, but just watch it. Basically this line right now, if price decides to come around, let's have a look at the stochastic. Yeah, so we might turn around now. So let's just keep this 1 minute chart open. But that's basically it. Yeah. There it is. There it is. It's moving. It's moving. Everyone can see. And I mean, it's magic. It's beautiful. You know, yeah, absolutely lovely. All right. So I do need to hop off. I do apologize for that. I did have another session booked.
No, that's fine. You gave us an hour of your time. That's perfect. We can continue. Charlotte and I can try and answer questions. If there are any more questions, we can stay on. We can excuse you. There's no problem, Jordan. We really appreciate your time.
Awesome.
And
awesome.
We will see you again, I'm sure.
Thank
Yes.
you, Jordan. Keep well.
And I must just say thank you so much. You know, I really appreciate this. I really enjoy it. And yeah, I hope to get to know you all much better in the future. And yeah, well done. Take it slow. Remember, always play from a position of power and strength. Use a stop loss and don't get wrecked. All right. Thank you, Marie. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, everybody.
All right, Jordan.
Bye, Jordan.
Cheers.
Have a great evening.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, guys. Jordan, you can just stop sharing your screen then.
Yes. I just wanted to take a screenshot because this has been awesome. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers, meneer. Right. I'm sure
Okay,
there's
well,
millions
Jordan.
of questions.
Yes, you can challenge
I
us
see.
now.
I see a couple of people say Jordan's a bit fast for them, so so I said in the chat we will. I think next week I think we'll do another session with you and me, and then we can just go through the Bybit a bit slower. And for especially for the new guys, I think no, the guys that know the platform, it's fine, but the new guys are struggling a bit, so we will show them again definitely.
Yeah, and look, I understand that it's like we said, about 70% of the people on this call are 10-to-1 new to trading. But remember now, this is an open Zoom call that we have invited people to tonight. So this call is not really for the benefit of the people in the course. They are welcome, of course, but this call was planned for the people, the members of the Signal channel. And we assume that people in the Signal channel are trading already, because the signals we give are leverage trades ×3, and we do longs and we do shorts. So we've got a very mixed audience tonight, and I understand that some people are more advanced than others, and it will help a lot. What I've learned tonight is maybe give people opportunity to send the questions before the time, so that we know exactly what it is you would like us to work through. After Serena, I see your hand is raised. You can go ahead. Sorry, Karen.
No worries.
Hi,
Serena? Yes.
I did ask the question. I just want to know if there will be space for us specifically with the signals. I've been trading signals for a month now, and I love it. But I tend to enter too quickly, and every time then it bites me on the stop loss. So I would like some guidance on when do you wait, because I saw the document that you guys gave, and that you should wait for the 1 hour to close in that entry zone. But sometimes it goes past entry zone. So I would like some guidance on when is the best time to enter. When will that be discussed, in what platform and what session?
Look, the whole entry and exit strategy will be discussed somewhere in the course, but what I can definitely tell you is that in the end, it's going to depend on you. It will be your gut feeling and your strategy. For instance, if you look at this LDO signal that went out last night, so the rule that, or the guidance that we give is if you receive the signal on the 4-hour chart, then you need to go to the 1 hour, and usually we give our signals on the 4-hour chart, and it's 2 to 4 days. Usually when they go out, they are below entry. It's not very often. We will hardly ever give you a signal that's above entry and you must wait for it to drop and then you enter. If we do that, we're going to tell you, wait for the retrace to finish, and when you have a confirmed uptrend, then you enter. So to answer your question, then exactly when were you supposed now to enter this trade? Just want to zoom in. So there was your entry zone, and the trade went out here on this blue candle. Here, that's where the trade went out. So there the answer is no. Here, the answer is no, because it's only a week. There, you would have ended according to our guidance on that candle, because that candle closed above the black line. Sorry, there goes my signal. I'm sure it will come back. You see, this candle would have been your entry candle. But it's only a guideline that we are giving to help you sort of make a safe decision. Maybe you are a bit more conservative and you will say, no, I need a stronger candle because it went up so nice and high, and now it's right on the, and we said, okay, the entry zone is maybe this zone. Maybe I must just make sure that it's actually up. Another person would say, no, the 1 hour has closed, it's above entry, I'm in. And I mean, if you're in, this candle here, if it dropped down, you could still just activate your stop loss quicker and go back in when it reaches the entry. that type of management, you have to apply your mind to some extent. You cannot just rely on the signal. What you can know, if that's the other thing, a stop loss, if you have a stop loss, it protects you against exiting the trade too quickly. So if you did enter there, then you have made the decision that based on everything I see, this reversal pattern, I'm so sorry about the signal that come and goes like this. You've made the decision, and the analysis is sound. We have done a lot of research before this thing went out. So then you need to decide, okay, I'm now in the trade. I'm going to trust these people. And even if you trust the signal or the indicators or the volume in the market or your own knowledge, and even if this candle goes down and goes down and goes down, then you should be disciplined enough to say, I've got a stop loss in place. I've decided I am willing to lose that percentage of my money. So if it doesn't hit stop loss, you stay in the trade. You will lose 6%. But the way we have calculated the trade is to give it enough room so that it will 10 to 1 not hit the stop loss. If it reaches that stop loss, it means the trade is not working out, and then you must get out. Does that help, Serena? I know it's not a definite answer because there is no black and white. I don't know, Sean, if you want to add.
Definitely
Yeah.
helps. Thanks, Elmarie.
Yeah, I can maybe just add, sometimes, and it happened in the past, while you're working out the signal just before you post it out, the candle just suddenly jumps up and it goes past the entry zone. But, and I've seen many times before, you never know what the candle is going to do. You can anticipate what it's going to do. It can maybe just shoot up right through to take profit 1, 2, and 3. But normally, they'll go up, they'll come down, they'll go up, and they come down. So you should have sufficient time to actually enter your trade more or less at the entry zone. I think that, so don't panic, that's what I was trying to say. Don't panic when it just goes past quickly. It normally will come back and it will give you a entry zone, better entry zone.
Yeah, there will always be another opportunity, and don't let the week scare you. I mean, if something like this happens, or if it happens towards the downside where it goes far, then it goes back up. That's why we calculate. We have indicators that you will learn about it, Fibonacci and so on, that we determine where are the exact support and resistance levels. So we know there's a support there. If it does drop through the support, it means the trade has failed. So get out. Karen, please go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, I just want to talk to the new guys. I know your heads are spinning now because Jordan was, if I have to look through your eyes, all over the place. And now you've heard about leverage this, margin this, maybe go 1x, don't, whatever. I beg of you, if you are new to trading, don't think even of going away from the spot. Please, learn the trade in spot. Your time will come when you will be just as proficient as any of us. If you apply your mind, if you take the time to learn, you will get there. But please, and I'm saying this because I made the mistake. I went too quickly. I was greedy. Please don't do it.
Super.
100%.
Larissa?
Good evening, everyone. I just want to say, Elmarie and Shaul, you guys are awesome. I don't for 1 minute distrust your ability and your TA. I think you guys are really excellent. But I think my frustration, I've been part of the trading group this past month. And I think what my frustration is, sometimes we have a rule that we cannot enter, like you have now said, if we didn't have the body of the candle close within an hour, above that entry price. So I think my frustration is sometimes then you go to sleep and the entry price didn't happen, and then it happens like at 2 o'clock in the morning, and the next morning when you wake up, you get all the great news that, you know, all the take profits has been hit. And then in that case, I've really missed out on a lot of trades. So I was thinking maybe, is it a possibility at all that we can maybe look at shorter term trades? Were you thinking of that, to consider it maybe?
We actually started off, for those of you that know us for a while, and you know, are familiar with the previous company where we have been involved. There we have done the 2 to 48 hour trades. For us, this is just, I suppose it's our comfort zone, the longer term trades, because you can make your stop losses bigger, and you can give the trade more time to actually play out. So the success rate on a longer term trade is much higher than on those short term trades. It's as simple as that. So for our reputation, it works better, but we can do the shorter term trades for sure. What I will suggest, with the dilemma of just before bedtime, you're not sure, is this candle now going to close or is it going to drop, is put in your trade for, say, just a fraction above the entry zone, and then instead of putting the stop loss at 2.71, you can see there's a support zone as well. If you just to put up, if you
not seeing your screen.
Oh yeah, clever. Sorry, man. Sorry, forgot I stopped sharing. Right. Just delete this. Okay, so what I was saying, so now you want to go to bed and you're not sure what this candle is going to do. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. So put your entry more or less there. I just want to show you. So you put your order in so that the trade will enter when price reaches that line. But then instead of having your stop loss there, just move it up slightly to that level, because you can see if you follow that orange dotted line, there's a lot of support there as well. There are 3 candles touching, there's one touching, there's another. So yes, then you have a smaller stop loss, but if it then goes wrong, you don't lose that 6%. You will only lose 3%, which is less risky. Does that help?
Yes, thank you, Almarie. I appreciate it a lot. Just one last question then. Will you put it then on a conditional buy order, or how will you then put it then?
That was my question as well.
Conditional, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear clearly. Sorry.
Charles says yes, definitely.
Conditional. If you're not sure, but go, and the price that you want to enter is higher than it is currently at the moment, then you definitely go with the conditional order. If you're just going to put in a limit order, it sometimes takes that order up immediately. So then you're basically immediately in a loss. So definitely go for a conditional order, yes.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate your answers. It helps me a lot. Thank you very much.
Yes, and we will also look at the shorter term signals. When you see we post something on a 1 hour chart or something like that, it's definitely possible. It will, the percentages will be a little bit less. It might be between, let's say, 3 to 10% instead of 5 percentages.
If it's a short term, then your profit is like 10%, 10 or 15. Sometimes like Chris,
you know, the market is the market. You never know what it's going to do. Sometimes the trades play out quickly. Sometimes even the short-term trades can actually take a while to play out. So the condition of the market basically determines what the trades are going to do. Even like today, I was battling to find trades because there just wasn't, just things wasn't just happening. There was more downwards pressure than upwards pressure, and a lot of the charts that I saw on the shorter time frames, it looked like yeah, it's coming down on the 1 hour, and then on the 4 hour, it's still not at the bottom of my stock RSI, for instance, and then in daily, it looks different. So there was a bit of indecision for me in the market today. So I was battling a bit, but tomorrow maybe it looks a bit different. Then we put out another bunch of signals. I'm just saying what I'm actually trying to say. The market changes all the time, and we have to might just use what we have at that stage. That makes any sense.
Okay, Chris, you've got a hand raised.
Hello, how are you guys?
Good,
Thanks for
good.
Jordan. I'm following him on Bybit. It's quite good. The question that I have is, how do you know when the token has is the retrace complete? Are you using a fib, and at what level do you think is the best to determine the entry, re-entry on a retrace?
Look, the lines when we post the charts, you've got these take profit lines and you've got your entry line. Now, those, in my case, Shaw can speak for himself what strategy he uses, but for me, they are usually like on this trade, I would have gone to the daily, and I would have pulled my fibs on the daily and then go to the 4-hour chart and map my signal. But what I'm trying to say is, having done that, these are your support and resistance lines. Those are the lines where in the past month or so, support and resistance has flipped. I have established that. That's why I've put my take profit targets there. I never put them exactly on the lines. I put them slightly below, simply because the whole world puts it exactly on the line. So so if it retraces, I do two things. Like for there, where I'm just going to move that label. It's starting to retrace there now, right? So because I know this is a support or level, it's resistance from here up to there, but from the top to the bottom, this is support. So I will wait for it to go down here. That's the one thing I will watch. And the other thing I will watch is the candle pattern. Like you can see here on the stop loss, this is where the trend reversed. And this tweezer bottom told me that the trend is reversing. There I can see it's not a valid tweezer top there, because you actually want that little wick to be the same as that, but it's very close to being a tweezer top. So now I know it's reversing, it's coming down. So I will combine the candle pattern and the support resistance line. And very often, I just want to see, I don't have the moving averages on this chart, but if you have your moving averages, then quite often, I just want to show you quickly, like there, it will bounce on that 21. So that you can check that as well as so yeah, that's how you determine the retrace. How deep will it retrace? It's either to the previous support, your candle reversal shows you, your MACD that turns up shows you. It's a combination of indicators that shows you how the trend is reversing.
And then, Elmarie, if you don't mind, don't you just want to pull in a trend line there from the bottom, more or less, from in the middle, that anywhere there. That's just something else that we can use as well as an indication that when the candle action drops below the trend line, that's also an indication that the trend is changing at the moment. Once it keeps within that channel or above that trend line, you're still okay. It still should go up. Although it's retracing a bit, as long as it stays above that, you should be okay.
So like, for example, this trade, you would have established it is in an uptrend, right? And now you have seen it's trading in this channel. Simply, my rule is always 3 points at least must touch before it's a valid channel or trend line. But now you can see exactly what this coin is doing. There's the bottom of the channel. So 10 to 1, it will, I don't think it will come down here. It's first going to shoot for that side, and then it will come and test this side again. And the moment it breaks through this green line here, then structure is broken and the trend is changing to the downside. You see.
Okay.
So
Okay. Got you.
if a candle closes below this line, then this uptrend is over.
Yeah, then the reversal kicks in. Then it's the long reversal. Okay, I got you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I just
Anybody
want
else?
to ask, if I may, is it a specific reason why you're using the green and blue candles versus the red and green candles?
No.
For
Just
me,
because
yes.
you like it.
No, it's not because I like it. It's psychological. Red
I thought so.
triggers something in your mind. There's something, because we are trying to manage our emotions and stay in control of our emotions, and red doesn't help. It's as simple as that.
Okay. So you okay, I'm not saying that you're recommending, but it's also what I've picked up on my side. With red, you know, then you get that sense of emotion kicking in. So I'm gonna change my strategy with the candles also. Okay.
I want to show you something quickly. Sean and I follow this guy.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the chart now to come up, and obviously my signal won't allow it. But anyway, if there comes up a chart, which there they are. Do you see? He doesn't use anything else but green. Doesn't matter if it goes up or down. All his candles are green.
So you basically,
that's how strongly he feels about it.
just following a price action.
Yeah. And that's exactly his argument. He says there's money in every candle. So why should you have green candles and red candles, you know? Because you can trade the market up and down. But yeah, that's a story for another day. But yeah.
I appreciate your guys offering this.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, any other questions, guys? We are here. We don't want to waste your time, but we all, well, I'm not in a hurry really to go anywhere. If you have questions, you're welcome to shoot.
Someone was asking in the chat, just find it now. I love what I'm seeing and I want to be part of the community. Please, how can I join? I don't know if also someone could just maybe drop the link for the free channel that we have.
I will find that quickly.
Yeah, I was actually looking for the link and I'm battling to find it. So Amri, if you can help there. I was actually looking for it now. Thanks.
It's the black one. Surely must
talk
about something while I look for it.
The link for the Bybit South Africa community. So you guys can also join that. That's only relevant to Bybit. They've got their own community as well. So you are welcome to join them as well. If you have any questions or anything, I'm sure you can ask there as well.
Okay, there you go. That's our the link to our free signals. We do about 2 or 3 signals a week there. We do coaching, but we also do all our announcements there. When we have a Zoom like this, or when we have a new course rolling out, or whatever event, or we have a nice prize that we are giving away. We had a competition last night for people who like and share our Facebook page. You guys can give it a go as well. We've got a Facebook page OnPoint for OnPoint. I will post the link there. And if you like and share and participate there in our post, we're going to have a draw at the end of the course. That's next Friday. And one person will win a month free in the Signals channel. So let's just find that link for you quickly. You can go and have a look at our Facebook page. But yeah, if you're new, please join the community. It's awesome that there are new faces here. So that one is for Facebook. Here you go. Any further questions? Are you guys okay? Any suggestions maybe for future topics? Somebody has asked for a dictionary where we will sort of just have the crypto lingo, and I know Karen is very, very good with that. So I've asked her already, she must start working on a dictionary for us, crypto dictionary, so that.
Her nickname is Cryptarian, for those that don't know. She loves reading. And if you want to find something, just ask Karen, she'll sort it out for you.
Almarie, will you just share the signals one on here as well? I see someone wants to join the VIP signals.
For that, send me a message to that in that channel that I've posted, the free one. And then I will send you the link for a bot, because what happens is you join a bot and you do your payment at your subscription and everything through the bot. And then from then going forward, the bot sends you the signals every time we release them. So there's no Telegram link for the signals. It works through the bot, but we don't share that publicly. We share that in a direct message, or so just pop us a message in the free channel, and I will direct message you with a link for the bot if you want to join the paid signal. Right, I think then we can wrap it up. Thank you so much, everybody.
Sorry, Almarie, maybe we can just try to explain this question from Leon. Please explain take profit. If you are $10 up on a $100 trade, you take the $10 out and continue with it, trading the $100. I don't know if you want to answer that, or they can.
Well, that's my strategy personally. I feel don't trade with your profit as well. So when I trade, because I work out the signals, I know where the best probability is. I mean, if profit has got 5 take profit targets, number 5 is just jam. Even the TA knows it will 10 to 1 not go up to 5, but good luck if it does. You understand? So don't put in one order to sell all your coins at take profit 5, because maybe 10 to 1 is not going to go that high, but it will definitely at least reach take profit 1. So for myself, I will sell 25% of the asset at take profit 1 and 50% at take profit 2, and then I will set the order for the other 25% to sell that at take profit 3. But if take profit 1 has sold, then 25% of my capital is available again. And if take profit 2 has sold, then 75% of my capital is available again. And then I will, if it retraces like this one is doing now, it went up to take profit 1, it went up to take profit 2. So I've got 75% of my capital back. Now I will wait. If it touches entry again, I will use that 75% to buy the asset again if it turns around. And then it will 10 to 1 go up to take profit 3 or 4. So that's my strategy. But it really, guys, it's different for everybody, and you must find out, you will discover your rhythm, what works for you. Karen has got a fantastic strategy. She only, after 1.5%, she takes her profit, but she leverage trade 10 times. So instead of 1.5%, she makes 15% every time. So everybody has, each person has got something that works well for you. You're muted, Joel.
I had to mute myself because my dog's barking. Someone was asking between the limit order and the conditional order. Basically, guys, there's 3 orders. You get market order, limit order, and conditional order. Market order is when you obviously want to execute the price immediately. Limit order is when you want to wait for a specific price. So you want to buy at $8, the market is currently at $10. You can put a limit order in for $8 and will only execute once the price reaches the $8 level. But it doesn't work the other way around. If you put a limit order in for a higher price, the market tends to take your order immediately. So then you're immediately in a loss. So don't do that. But in that specific case, you will rather go with a conditional order. And then your order is on the order book, but they won't take the order until the price reaches that specific price. And on the exchanges, it will give you a trigger price that you can put in, that you can, once it reaches that specific price, it will trigger your order, and once your order is at that specific price, it will execute. We can go through it at a later stage as well, but that is just in a nutshell how it works.
I see you asking, we must explain it in dollars, not in percentages. So I'm going to try, because my maths are not that. I can do multiples of 2, and that's it. So say there you purchased for $100. Now what I'm saying is, when you reach this price, the first TP, that one. That doesn't want to. Okay, when price reaches that, you sell $25 worth of coins right there. Now you've got $25 plus your 4% profit. 25 times 4.78%. So you've got roughly $1.2 profit. So that $1.2, you don't touch that. Just remember, you've got your $25 back now because you've sold $25 worth of your asset there. There at the next line there, you said you want to sell half of your coins, which is $50 worth of coins that you're selling there. So on that $50, you've made almost 10%. So you've got your $5 there and your $1 profit that you've made there. That's $6 in the kitty. But now the 25 that you got back here and the $50 that you got back here is giving you $75. But now the coin turns around. So you wait till it hits support here again. That's what we anticipate. It's going to hit support here again. It will give you a reversal pattern, and then it will start going up. So when that happens, you use that $75 and you buy the coin again and let it go up to take profit 3. So, but there is still an order out for 25. So now you've got your 75 that you've just purchased here after the retrace. You have the $25 that's still waiting there for the offer, the order to be filled, altogether $100. And if you hit profit, then you make another 13.6 on your entire $100, which is $13 on the 100. So you've got your $6 that you have banked before. You've got that 13, almost $20 now profit on your $100 trade. And when it hits that take profit 4 and retrace, maybe you can decide at which support or resistance you want to enter again, maybe. I don't know if that makes more sense. But ultimately, it's a strategy that you will have to find for yourself what works for you. And it's not going to work every time.
No, thanks, Andre. I understand now where you're coming with the percentages. I suppose we can discuss it later when we talk more about the psychology of it. But my understanding of taking profit was you take only the profit off and you continue trading with your initial $100, and because then you have the opportunity to make more money on the same $100. Is there a reason why you're reducing your capital that you started with as well at the same time? Is it just to limit risk, or what is the strategy?
Well, I still play with 100. I just distribute the 100 over 3 take profit targets. And when it retraces, I will use the portion that sold to get back into the trade with, sort of. So I just play with 100 or portions of it. It's that dollar cost averaging or laddering in that we said to bring the total purchase price down a little bit, or make better profit because you have got in at a lower level and gave the coin chance to mature and increase in value.
But I think, Elmarie, that's where everybody, as you go on your journey, you'll find your own rhythm. You'll see what works for you. You'll you know, some of us have got a bit of time to look at the trades during the day. Other people don't have time. They can only maybe put a trade in, but when they get home tonight, they can actually jump on the charts. And in that time period, a lot of things might have happened, you know. So if everybody will find their rhythm as they go along, and you can choose your strategy basically as you go along, what will work best for you.
Good.
Right. Okay, Amaria, I think that's about it. Huh? I think it's
Yeah,
already
I think we can wrap it
right.
up. We will do this again every second week. We will do something like this. It won't always be open. Sometimes it will be exclusive to members, but every second time will definitely be open to anybody, and invite your friends, and please share our Facebook page and get involved there. We will really appreciate your help with that. So thanks everybody for your time sticking around.
Right. Okay, yeah, I see that. Just a quick question. There was somebody asking about tax. There's a lot of questions coming through now. I think we'll leave it over for the next one. There's someone asking about crypto tax laws and that sort of thing, but I will get you.
For tax, I can just give you the quick answer. You need to see your own bookkeeper. Make sure you have a bookkeeper that knows something about crypto. That's not something that we can advise on. I know that My Wealth organization has got a qualified person. You can ask Ulze for his contact details at name, and he will gladly look at your portfolio and advise you, but we are not skilled to do that.
Yeah, 100%. All right.
It's
All
a
right.
topic
Thank you,
we
everybody.
sort of avoid. Okay, guys.
Yeah, no, for sure. Have a great evening, everybody. Keep well.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.